Hello people of YouTube and welcome to yet another DVD update for the channel. This one being of course the update for March of 2019. Say hello to Valerie guys, she's just randomly sat there. So as you can see I've got a bit of piles. So my first pile, these are all the standard DVDs, and the pile behind are all the box sets this month. Once again, just like last month, I've kind of gone a bit overboard. And I am still in the process of sorting through my films because they're in such a mess. They're just all over the shop. They're in the wrong order. It's messing with my OCD. But of course I am recording this video for you guys, so I'm just going to jump straight to it. Okay, so my first DVD is Dragon Kingdom, which I spotted in the local supermarket. It's from the special effects team behind Harry Potter, and of course, you know, dragons, anything fantasy I'm normally into. This was rather cheap, it was only £3 and it looks really good, so I thought I'd pick it up. My next film is Goosebumps 2. Now, when I originally heard, back a number of years ago, when I heard that they were making a Goosebumps movie, I was very skeptical about it because I am a 90s kid. You know, I grew up reading the original books. I grew up watching the original TV series. So when I heard they were making a movie, I was very skeptical about it. It was kind of one of them things that you kind of wonder if it's going to ruin your childhood. But surprisingly, I thought the first film was okay. It wasn't, you know, the most amazing film I've ever seen, but it was alright. It was good. So obviously I knew they were making Goosebumps 2. Not sure what was going on with the whole name change, because originally Goosebumps 2 was meant to be called Goosebumps Horrorland, so it was meant to be based on the Horrorland horrors. Then they changed it to Slappy Halloween, which sounded a really cool title. Then they changed it to Haunted Halloween. But yet for the DVD release it's just called Goosebumps 2, so I'm not entirely sure why all the name changes. I know in Goosebumps 2 none of the original cast come back other than, well, spoiler alert, but I know Jack Black is in Goosebumps 2, but I believe it's only a small sort of role. Originally I heard Jack Black couldn't be in Goosebumps 2 because I think at the time he was filming A House with a Clock in Its Walls, or he was doing some other project and he couldn't really do Goosebumps 2. But he is in the film, he does appear in the film, I think only briefly. But the other characters, you know, Dylan Minnette, you know, all the main characters from the first film don't appear in the second one, so it's just Jack Black that returned for the sequel. I've heard mixed reviews about Goosebumps 2, but I will of course check it out at some point. My next film is Disney's The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, Elizabeth's favourite. Me, Liz and Sam went to see this. Elizabeth was very, very excited to see The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, and of course Disney, you know, me, Liz and Sam were such big kids. But of course, you know, Disney films, I really enjoyed the film. Highly recommended that you watch it if you haven't already. My next film is Slaughterhouse Rules. Now, typically, this wouldn't really be my kind of film, but I saw it advertised a lot. It was promoted a lot on like YouTube and on TV. I saw a ton of adverts, ton of trailers for it. And of course, it's got Asa Butterfield and Simon Pegg and Michael Sheen, so it's got a really good cast. So anything normally with a good cast normally is a good film. But it looked good from the trailer. It kind of intrigued me, so I saw this came out on DVD, so I thought, of course, I'm going to get it. My next DVD is Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding Fantastic Beasts at the moment, you know, with Johnny Depp, with the actress who plays Nagini, you know, Jude Law. I know there's a lot of criticism about him. I highly enjoyed the Fantastic Beasts films. You know, again, I grew up sort of in the Harry Potter generation. I grew up reading all the Harry Potter books, watching the films. So again, when I heard that they were making obviously the Fantastic Beasts spin-offs, I was very skeptical, but I actually do like the Fantastic Beasts films. But of course I do prefer the Harry Potter films over them. But of course we've got another 3 films in the works that are out in the next number of years. But this is of course the most recent one. I have Robin Hood the Rebellion. Now, basically, there's a story behind this film because this film came out, I believe, in 2018, so it came out last year. There was also another film that was just called Robin Hood that came out in 2018. So there was two Robin Hood films. So there was Robin Hood, and then there was Robin Hood the Rebellion. The other Robin Hood film I saw advertised a lot. This one literally didn't even get hardly a mention. There were hardly any trailers, no TV spots, no adverts on YouTube, no nothing. So I'm not sure why one was promoted more than the other. I do plan on getting the other one. But yeah, I was in CEX the other day and I saw this. I didn't even know it had come out. That's how little promotion it's got. I didn't even know it came out on DVD. I knew, of course, they did do two Robin Hood films in 2018. And I know the other Robin Hood film has come out recently. I think it came out the same week as Fantastic Beasts, I believe. Or a couple of weeks after that. But yeah, no mention of this one coming out on DVD. So it's had very, very little promotion. So I'm not sure why that is. But I spotted it, so I had to get it. And it was very cheap as well. It was only £2.50, saying it's a newish kind of film. So it was surprising that it's very cheap, but of course I'll give it a go. I like the Robin Hood sort of films and, all the franchise. So my final DVD, of course I've got box sets, but my final DVD is If I Stay. Now Chloe Grace Monterez, however you pronounce her name, she's a brilliant actress, and this is a film that I've really wanted to see for a while. This was only £1, surprisingly very cheap. CEX does seem to have a lot of DVDs on sale, and they do seem to sell a lot of DVDs very cheap now. Not surprising, obviously, because we have the sales of physical copies is down, so obviously they're trying to increase physical sales rather than people downloading them and streaming them. But yeah, so they're all of my DVDs. So basically now onto box sets when I can actually grab them. So I have One Tree Hill, the complete season 7. Basically One Tree Hill is very hard to, it's not hard to find, but especially where I am, like seasons 1 to 6 are very common. You find them all the time. But this when I spotted this was the first time I've actually seen season 7 anywhere. I mean, yeah, I could go to that, obviously HMV and places like that, which I do. But when I'm sort of in CEX sort of for bargain hunting, sort of for bargains, yeah, I spotted One Tree Hill season 7. So I do have season 1 to 7 now. So I just need season 8 and 9, and then I have all my One Tree Hills. So that's obviously a very big collection. So I'm very glad I got season 7. So the rest of my box sets are all Doctor Who. So my first box set is Doctor Who, the beginning box set, which has An Unearthly Child, The Daleks, and The Edge of Destruction, which are the first 3 ever serials for Doctor Who. Now, the reason, obviously you can buy them individually, but the reason why I got the beginning box set is because it's got the reconstruction of Marco Polo as a special feature. On the Edge of Destruction DVD, it does have the reconstruction of Marco Polo using telesnaps and some of the original audio. So that's why I wanted the beginning box set, specifically. So I'm very happy I got that. I've sort of watched, because I'm so used to seeing Doctor Who in colour, it's very bizarre going back and watching the black and white Doctor Who's, but I've heard very good stuff about the classic Doctor Who's. I've seen obviously bits and bats on YouTube, but I do want to watch them literally from the beginning, obviously what I can. So my next Doctor Who to go with it is The Keys of Marinus, which is episode 5, I believe. So it basically goes, you've got An Unearthly Child, The Daleks, The Edge of Destruction, then you've got Marco Polo, which is of course a missing episode, and then you've got The Keys of Marinus, which is number 5. So it kind of looks like my Doctor Who is incomplete already, because obviously Marco Polo you can't get. But I do plan for the missing episodes and the missing serials. I will include them whenever I get round to getting them or whatever, but basically I'm going to do like my own DVD with the telesnaps. And basically I'm just going to get what I can. So I'm going to basically get the novels for each of the episodes and include them in the DVD collection. I'm going to get all the audio CDs, because obviously all the audio for all the missing episodes survive. And of course, I know on certain ones, I believe it's Galaxy 4, the one surviving episode is on the Aztecs, the special edition. So, like, for example, I'll when I get the Aztecs DVD, I will buy specifically the special edition. So then I've got that episode of Galaxy 4. I believe it's Galaxy 4. So, like, basically, there's a YouTuber called Josh Snares, I think his YouTube channel is. And he's recently finished a 9-part series basically talking about all the missing Doctor Who episodes and what, like, you know, what's surviving of them, how, you know, the best way to watch them today, you know, whether it's reconstructions, loose cannon, telesnaps, you know, all that sort of stuff. So I will get basically what I can of the missing episodes. And, you know, if or when any more Doctor Who episodes are found, you know, if they release them. Animations, of course, I'll be getting for Doctor Who. You know, Doctor Who is a huge collection, so I'm nowhere near completing it. But I'm going to get what I can. So my next Doctor Who is the 2 Doctors. So it was when Colin Baker was the Doctor. And of course, this stars Patrick Troughton as well. I believe this is his last appearance as the Doctor, I think. So yeah, I've got the 3 Doctors, the 5 Doctors, and now I've got the 2 Doctors to go with it. I'm not sure why I've collected them in that order. I'm just sort of randomly picking Doctor Who DVDs up when I see them. So I do have the 2 Doctors as well. So obviously they are all from the classic era, and then of course I have Doctor Who Resolution, which is obviously the most recent up-to-date Doctor Who. This was on New Year's Day. I'm not sure why, of course, obviously I know it's to make more money out of the fans, of course, but why they didn't release this on the complete season 11 box set, I have no idea. You know, why did they have to release this separate? But of course I had to get it. I highly enjoyed the New Year's Day special. So of course I'm fully up to date with all my current Doctor Who's. Obviously season 12 isn't until 2020, so we've got a bit of a wait. But yeah, that's all of my DVDs for March. I really need to calm down in buying DVDs, honestly, guys. But you know me, you know, I'll find somewhere to put them. So thanks for watching. Consider liking and subscribing to the channel for more content. If you want me to do any reviews or, you know, an opening credits episode for any films or box sets that you see in these videos, let us know. Post a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. So thanks for watching again, guys. See you all later.